Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another 10 Car Tuesday episode. And today we've got the Ford Mustang Mach 1 from Auto World, and I've got 10 different variations of this car that we are going to open up and take a peek at. I'm actually quite excited for this one. I couldn't believe I actually had 10 of these cars I haven't opened yet. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at them one by one, per usual, and check them out. This is almost, with the exception of 2 releases, we are going to look at almost every regular car. So this car was originated in License Premium Release 1, and of course a version A and a version B. And then this is License Premium Release 2 that you are looking at with its Top Gear licensing. 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1. You are looking at version A in green. We are going to go ahead and I already cut this packaging, of course. This is the old clamshell type that came with a acrylic case. They do not release License Premium anymore. It's the same quality as the Premium series, except for it's got a little bit more elaborate packaging with this acrylic case, and it's got actual licensing, and this is the licensing that they're talking about. So they don't do this series anymore, which is fine with me because I do actually prefer the cardboard packaging a little bit more. All right, so go ahead and remove the car. This car is beautiful. Absolutely, this is a fan favorite casting for sure. Let me go ahead and just put this away and zoom in on the vehicle. So this is a fan favorite tooling, this Mach 1. It's really hard not to like it. It is just an excellent looking vehicle and just an amazing job from Auto World on this vehicle. Lots of detail, just a fantastic color for it. I like the wheels and tires on this one. It also has an opening hood with engine detail. The hood's actually really easy to open on this casting as well, and shuts good, and is just a beautiful car. This particular one is actually somewhat kind of a difficult one to grab on the old eBay if you are looking for it. It's been a while now since these have been out, and they're just not that easy to find. Not as hard to find as the License Premium Release 3 cars, but the License Premium Release 2 is actually kind of a tougher one too. So here's a quick look at the version A, and that's our #1 car. And now version B, I'm just going to go ahead. The packaging looks the same, by the way, so I'm just going to pull it out here off camera. Go ahead and pull it out of the case, put the case back together, because I save all those cases. And this is version B in this beautiful color blue, also with the silver trim. What do we got here on the side? Got some sort of like goop or something on the side here. So a little minor paint flaw right there, not a big deal. And the wheels got a little bit of an issue in the back. Not a huge deal, I can definitely fix that. But anyway, we'll take a look at it here. Like I said, this is not an easy one to find, and it looks fantastic in this color. It's just a very, very nice color. It's got some like oil residue on that. And then again, motor can be revealed by opening the hood. Hood shuts nice and tight. And just a fantastic ride. So there it is in blue. So you notice it's the same basic trim as this green one, just in a different color, an enamel blue and not a metal flake like green. Sorry, I did not look up the technical names for these colors before I went ahead and started this video, so I can't really name them to you, but they are authentic, I believe, to vehicle options that were available. All right, so this next one here is, we jump to, this is actually 2017 Release 4. So this was the next time that this Mach 1 was seen. So we're skipping over License Premium Release 3. Those cars are very hard to find. I do have them, and they're already loose. But we're going to take a look at these now in 2017 Release 4. This is the first one here, version A. As you can see, this is premium packaging with the the cardboard box and the plastic insert that fits inside the cardboard box, which is a great feature. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this car. And here it is in green with black trim, black spoiler on the back. Should be noted too, this car only came out one time without a spoiler, and that was licensed premium release 3, and those are definitely still the toughest ones to find. So here it is in kind of a lime green with a green interior. Of course, these are all metal body, metal base, and it looks really nice in this color as well. Not my favorite color for the car, but it does look really good. And there's a look at the motor. The motor is a little bit different detail. No, actually it's the same. I just thought it might have been a little bit different than the first one we looked at, but it's actually the same. So there it is in that color. Pretty cool if you like loud colors. It's pretty awesome. And then if you like it in black, we get to take a look at it in black. So here is version B. I'll go ahead and pop that in. And there you go, in black. Hard to argue with this one. Auto World makes great looking cars in black, which is not necessarily always an easy color to do, because it's any sort of flaws actually do kind of show up in it quite well, even though black tends to hide a little bit of detail in this scale. But look at that. That's definitely going to be one of my favorites right off the bat. This thing in black just looks really, really striking, really, really good, and extremely difficult not to like it in this wonderful color black. I picked up extra ones of these when these came out, of course, because I kind of hoarded it. Kind of hoard this casting a little bit, so minimum I pick up 2 of each color no matter what, if I'm lucky enough to find them on the pegs. And yeah, that is definitely a good one. And then next up we got, this is from 2018 Premium Release 2. We get to see it again in 1972. By the way, I should say the first 2 releases that we looked at are technically 1971 Mach 1s. Now the rest of these are 1972 Mach 1s. And I'm not that much of a muscle car aficionado to be able to tell you exactly what was the difference between 71s and 72s. Maybe we can kind of figure it out by looking at these 2 castings. But here it is in version A in red with a red interior, and as expected, it looks as fantastic as the other ones. Especially if you like the color red, you're definitely going to dig this car in red. Looks really good. See if I can get that hood open real quick. Yep, there you go. Now the motor on this one does look a little different. The detailing is a little different in it. So I wonder if is that the difference, or is there some more subtle differences? It looks like the bumper is slightly different. Well, at least this one is silver trimmed, the other one is not. Let's take a look at the taillights. Taillights look fairly similar. Pretty much the same. I think the change might be just kind of in the bumper, is what it looks like. Other than that, it looks pretty much same. It's just that front end, I think, is actually slightly different, and they'll do that with their toolings. So really, really awesome though. Love this car, and this casting is no exception. So this is really great in red. So that is version A, and then version B is in this beautiful color, which is almost like a champagne color. It's like a silver, but it's might come off really easy. That's a really nice color. Black trim, silver, black spoiler. That looks really nice. So it's got a little bit of a rolling issue. Oh, the tire's almost off on this side. There we go. It should be fixable anyway. And it looks really good. Again, hood. That should be the same as the red car. Very, very nice in that color as well. Yeah, undeniably a cool car. Even if you're not a Mustang fan, you kind of gotta love the Mach 1. The way it looked, the styling of it is just, it is something cool to look at, for sure. So again, that's a 1972. The rest of these are 72s, so they're gonna have that style. And then we move on to, this is premium 2018 release 4. And this is version A, and this time we can tell you what it is. Medium blue poly. So they put the color on the card now, which is pretty awesome. So go ahead and open that up. So this is, aside from a hobby release that we're going to look at here, this is the most recent release of the Mach 1. And I actually have the Ultra Red and the Raw of this one, but of course we're not going to look at it in this video. But here it is in that poly blue. So you might be like, oh, we already seen it in blue. Well, here it is in that enamel blue in a 1971, and then that blue poly in a 1972. And honestly, it is difficult to say which one I like better. I like them both. So some people will kind of get upset with Auto World saying that, you know, basically they make the same castings over and over again in all these different colors, and they even do some of that look kind of the same. But I actually like that because I'm a variation collector most of the time. So I like getting variations of cars that are the same casting that's in a different color, and I like getting a lot of them. And the reason why that's really cool with Auto World is because I believe these are all authentic colors that the car was optioned in. So you could have got this exact Mach 1. You could have ordered it exactly the way it is that you see here. And I think that that is pretty cool. And obviously there's different colors blue, you know, different options. And the motor on this one actually is detailed differently than the other two that we looked at. It's like all blue in there. So that is kind of neat as well. It just looks great in that color. I really like that color a lot. And then we get this one. Now this one almost looks like a repeat, right? But this is the bright lime. We'll go ahead and open up that one. So this is the version B for 2018 release 4. And there it is. Okay, so there it is in lime, and I don't know how, this is probably the closest to a repeat, I would say, except for this does have a black interior, and this one has the green interior. So look at the difference in color there. I mean, yeah, on camera maybe they look fairly close. They're definitely very different in real life, but really cool. Another loud color. You thought that other green one was loud. This one's definitely louder. Let me see if we can get a look and get in there here. Let's see if I can get this hood open. There we go. So the motor is tooled, or the motor detail is the exact same as the blue one. Very, very cool though. Like it. Not a huge fan of like yellowish cars or whatever, and this, I guess this is as close to yellow as green can get. And this is that one. Other one's a little bit more green, but they look really cool. Not my favorite colors of this car, but definitely cool. All right, so after that, what we got is a hobby release. So this is 2018 hobby exclusive special edition in maroon. Okay, and there's take a look at those facts, premium facts there. Is that different than the premium facts we saw on the other? Yeah, it definitely is. So I don't know if you wanted to read that, but you can go ahead and pause that if you want to go ahead and read that. Kind of neat. I like that they do that now. That's a nice touch to the packaging. So here it is in maroon, even though I'm not a package collector. But if I had enough cash all the time, dude, I would definitely get at least one set to have loose and one set stowaway carded, or even display on a wall carded. That's how much I love Auto World. You guys know that. I talk about it a lot. I'm a huge fan. So one thing I'm trying to complete a collection of is Auto World. So here, this is in the maroon color, and it looks actually really nice, and it's different. It's very different than the other releases. It's cool because it doesn't have that that extra paint trim on the hood. So in that regard, it looks different than the other ones, and it's kind of set apart. Just very cool little model. I really like it. So there it is in maroon, and there is no version B of this. There is, however, an ultra red, and we will go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and open up that one. So these were limited to 2016 model. The ultra red is 3% of that number, and that is how rare this particular ultra red is that I just opened up. And here it is. Now, you know, Auto World is beloved to me. I still am not a fan of these red tires. I just am not as a chase collector. I think this thing would look, as not being a chase collector, I should say. It's not collecting chases for chase's sake. I still think this would look better with black tires on it. Now, I understand that they got to kind of switch it up because otherwise they have the same looking ultra reds across all the different castings. But this thing is really sweet regardless of the red tires, and I think with black tires it would just look even better. Am I going to tire swap the thing? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I do hope, though, that in this year, 2019, these releases of Auto World that come out, that the chases are back to black tires. They did a white tire thing for a little bit, which I'm afraid they'll probably do that for at least another series before they switch back. But I really hope they go back to just black tires. And that's just my opinion, guys. You know, there's probably a lot of people that actually do like the different color tire chases. It makes it easier to tell it's a chase, that's for sure. But that's kind of to the detriment of me finding them, because they're easier to find if less people know what the chases look like. But anyway, I'm trying to get the hood open really quick on this maroon one, and I can't get it. It's like it's really shut, so I'm not going to try to force it. I just wanted to see if that motor was different. Maybe we can get it open on, there we go, on the ultra red. So that's one that we've seen before. That's the same as this one here, it looks like. Pretty close to it anyway. But this is the hobby exclusive ultra red, and it looks really good. It really does. All right, so let's just kind of, I'm going to just zoom out here, and we're just going to kind of line these up as best we can. There's 10 cars here, so I don't know if we're going to be able to fit them all in the frame, but we will go ahead and attempt it. Why not? So that lime one is really cool. What went with the lime one? The blue one. That one right there. Then what did we have? Did we have silver? I don't remember the order already. Either way, let's just kind of line them up like that. There's our gang of Mach 1s. They are pretty. They are pretty. And that's not all of them. I do have the other ones. I am missing a couple of Ultra Reds. I actually do have the Ultra Red from the License Premium Release 2. I don't have the Ultra Red. I believe I'm missing the one from Premium 2017 R4, Release 4. I am missing, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's hard to remember. I have the hobby one, obviously. We just looked at that. I have the 2018 Release 4. I believe I'm missing the 2018 Release 2, the 2017 Release 4, and License Premium Release 3. I think those are the three that I am missing. I do have the other ones, although I would like to get another License Premium Release 2 one, because the one I have is not in very great a shape. Someone had it loose for a long time and kind of played with it a little too much, so it's not in the best of shape. So I would like to replace that one, possibly. Not even replace it, just get another one, because I would probably keep it. But yeah, so I hoard this brand, and this is one of the best castings by Auto World by far. So really, really cool, guys. Thank you very much for watching this longer 10 Car Tuesday. That was a nice 20-minute one, I guess, we're closing in on today. Hope you enjoyed it. Go get yourself some Mustang Mach 1s on eBay. And honestly, I think just the price of these cars is just going to go up and up and up as time goes on. I don't think it's going to be tough to find these things, because they're pretty limited. So I think later on, even as Auto World gains popularity, especially with this this Chevy truck that's coming out. It's definitely going to give them some popularity for sure. These older releases, if you want to try to nab them, are going to get tough. And I say older, I mean 2 or 3 of these are just from last year. So you can find those now, and if you can find them, I would recommend picking them up now. Do not wait. All right, that's my advice. All right, so thank you guys very much again for watching. These things are sweet. I was glad to share them with you. Now I get to go put them up in my carny case, and you all have a good evening.